There'd be a lot of poop in my pants. I've seen a 6-foot alligator go swinging through the air and slam into a tree.
These guys are the scientists of the supernatural, lecturers leaving lessons for inquiring laymen. They are applying the scientific method to a world that baffles science. They are the cryptids of the corn.
But who else has big black wings and red eyes?
Batman.
Oh, Mothman.
Oh yeah, Mothman.
A great white shark was stolen.
Oh, someone stole a shark?
I got stuff for you don't even know about.
She's a witch. She turned me into a newt.
Who knows? Anything could be possible. Anything could be possible.
It's really big abduction vibes.
Holy moly.
It sounds like you were abducted.
And it just stood up. I mean, it just like kept going and going. And she goes, what the?
Welcome back to Cryptids of the Corn podcast. I'm the great and powerful Mr. Eha.
Yeah, I was saying Mickey Mouse over there. And I'm J Clone 31. A special one today.
So last week Emily rolled them, and I had no idea what she did.
Yeah.
She added them up, and it made no sense to me because I watch you do it every time.
Yeah.
And you just take the the
numbers
on
that
top.
pop up. Yeah.
And she's like, I'm Emily 23. And I'm like,
23. There's.
it's like 17 and whatever. It's
Yeah.
just like, I'm like, what?
Oh, well. Everyone has their own ways.
Hopefully everybody doesn't hate us for that episode. Emily was incredibly tired. It was super late because she kept putting it off because I'm like, I need you to record with me. And she's like, well, it was like literally the last day to record.
Yeah.
And she just got off work, so it was 10:30 at night.
Oh, wonderful.
And she was kind of punch drunk. It made no sense.
Well, at least she filled in. I was very sick.
You know how much sense she can make sometimes.
Oh, plenty of sense.
It's,
all the sense in the world.
Yeah. So, what's today's Wednesday episode about? You just practiced the name like 16 times.
I know, but I thought we were going to do other stuff first.
I'll go to the front of house stuff, but...
The Kaiaimunu.
Okay, thank you.
The Kaiaimunu.
Just get that in there for the algorithm.
Oh,
Kaiaimunu.
Kaiaimunu algorithm.
Where's it from?
I don't know.
Papua New Guinea.
Oh, okay.
Papua New Guinea's weird.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, anyways.
Where's Mama New Guinea? Huh?
It's called Britain.
Oh, okay.
Everything.
Oh, okay. All right, let's get...
Front of house stuff, like always.
Yeah.
YouTube, check out the YouTube. The hyena documentary, The Hyenas of North America, should be out either the first or second weekend in January, so kind of start watching for that. There'll be like a little preview thing pop up, and you can schedule to watch it. It'll alert you and all that.
The premiere.
And there should be a trailer coming out by the time this comes out.
Trailer? Mm-hmm. Oh, man.
It's you running.
Holy Kaiaimunu.
Holy Kaiaimunu. Oh, yeah, so we're almost to our 1,000,000th.
Oh.
It should be early January or whatever. It'll probably be a Wednesday. And what we're doing for that is listener-submitted questions. You can submit them through email. There's also a pinned post on both Instagram and Facebook. You just put your question in the comment. And if you're lucky, we'll read them on air and answer them.
To celebrate 1 mil.
P.O. Box. If you want to send us something, which you got to check the P.O. Box. It's been a minute.
It has been a week or two, hasn't it?
Yeah. The P.O. Box is P.O. Box 75, Ada, Ohio, 45810. It's in the description below.
Yes. Check out our description. We got a lot of stuff going on down there.
All right. Merch. The merch page has changed a lot. We have our same lady making t-shirts, but we now also have a larger company helping us out. So check out all the merch. It's amazing.
Yeah.
The new hyena t-shirt is available.
It's a winter only, right?
Winter only.
Yep.
You get till March to order it. And so it's in honor of our documentary. I don't want to ruin it for everybody because I think when you see it, everybody will really enjoy it.
True. Just go to our website and check it out.
But it's not just a hyena on the shirt.
Well, yeah, I know that. Don't tell me any secrets I don't know.
But yeah, check out the merch state. If there's something you guys want on there, just let us know. It's pretty easy to add stuff now with this bigger company. So if you want something different or you want me to add something, it's not hard to do.
So just reach out to us.
Yep. Conferences. Let's see. What do we got? We got Frogman in March and Encounter Quest
which we're emceeing.
We're emceeing. It's going to be so much fun. We're also doing the Friday night stuff. We're hosting that.
Oh, okay.
So you can get your tickets for that. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Sounds neat.
It's neat. It's nature. If you're coming to the show, let us know. Best way is by email, and we'll try to learn your names before you get there. All right. New reviews from Cryptid Trek 007. Mr. Fungus is fire. Don't know what that's about.
Huh?
And they say, I love all the clones. Hair flap and all. I bet Clone 1 and Clone 2 are the cutest clones, however dopey they may seem. I have no idea what that's about. Do you?
No idea. No idea. Who are those clones again?
I don't know. All right.
I'm not sure.
Jables. I think it says Jables S. The title is Love the Show. Meandering through cryptid mysteries with you guys keeps me awake at night during the night shift and creates a world of conversations with my 11, 8, and 6-year-old sons.
Ooh, that's
during
nice.
the day. They especially like hearing about the mysterious animals of old and folklore legends that are being told today. You both bring a unique view to these topics discussed and crack me up with your down-to-earth personalities. Your other podcasts are awesome as well. Thank you for your hard work pumping out great episodes and never stop.
Wow, really appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
You guys are awesome.
Was that it was Jables or?
Jables, yeah, like
Yeah.
labels, but with a J.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, new Patreon members. Welcome, Derek. Hi, Derek.
Derek, welcome to the Corn Cult.
Did I misread it? I
don't know.
No.
I'm just trying to
You're
read
looking
it.
at me. And Bradley. Welcome, Bradley.
Bradley, another addition. The more that join, the stronger we become. The more power we have.
And then Tommy.
Tommy too.
Yeah.
Dang.
It's all amazing people.
Yeah. Thank you. But for real, thank you guys for joining
you.
the Patreon. It's the best way. That's like probably the best way to support us right now. And
Also, we love Patreon. Stick with Patreon. But if you are against Patreon, there is a members-only space coming out on the website.
yes, coming soon.
It'll be the exact same thing as Patreon. You get the same content, same tiers, all that stuff. I know some people have problems with Patreon, so there's that option for you guys as well.
We're just cutting out the middle, man.
But if you're on Patreon and you like Patreon, stick with Patreon because I know it automatically downloads the episodes to Spotify for you and all kinds of other stuff.
Yeah.
The member space doesn't have that.
No, you just got to kind of go to our website each time.
Also, the app is available. It'll be in the description below. Click the link, download the app.
Oh, wow.
How exciting is that?
Very exciting.
Very exciting. Got our own app.
Growing.
Now, how do you say this cryptid again?
Kaiaimunu.
The Kaiaimunu.
I remembered.
Good. So this is a living dinosaur type cryptid. And kind of the last famous sighting is 2006 from Papua New Guinea. It's coastal areas, jungles, and woods. So Papua New Guinea is a weird country.
Okay, it's an island, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
In between the mainland Asia and mainland Australia.
Okay. Oh, okay.
They have, I know they have cassowaries, and I think they also have emus. They have a lot of Papua New Guinea is kind of weird because it's got a lot of Australian wildlife, or what you would kind of think of as Australian wildlife, but a lot of also Asian mainland wildlife.
All right, makes sense.
So it's kind of this weird mixing pot of biology. So it makes sense there's tons of weird cryptids.
So it makes sense that there's dinosaurs there, basically, is what you're about to say.
I'm not sure they're dinosaurs, but
Oh.
that's what everybody says. And you know.
I know how the game of telephone goes.
Papua New Guinea and neighboring islands are a number of obscure sightings that have surfaced of dinosaur-like creatures, referred to as
Kaiaimunu.
the Kaiaimunu. It's been compared to almost a Therizinosaurus.
Oh, those are scary.
So yeah, they're the big feathered chicken dinosaurs
With the
giant
big
claws.
Yeah, that will destroy you in arc.
Little Therizinosaurus lure for you. Do you know when its fossil was first found, they thought it was a giant turtle
Oh, wow.
because of the beak and then the long neck and then the big claws.
It makes sense. Maybe it was.
It is known for having a long neck, leading in comparison to a sauropod dinosaurs, like we've talked about on the show before. But most of the sightings say it stands on its 2 legs and it has front claws. While it's unlikely the creature is actually a Therizinosaurus, it could be a descendant of a raptor family of dinosaurs, which also stood on 2 legs and had long necks and had front claws. Or any of the theropod dinosaurs, it's but it's feathery and fluffy and that kind of stuff. So it's as far as dinosaurs in the no, it's the one you can point at and kind of looks like that.
Gotcha.
The sighting. Here is an excerpt of an article written on creation.com by Brian Irwin. The author is an Australian who recently visited Papua New Guinea, meeting up with the residents of the West New Britain, who told of 2 dinosaur-like creatures that have been seen in the area. This is his account. Since the 1990s, a large reptilian creature has been sighted occasionally in the Ambui Islands in western New Britain, Papua New Guinea. The Ambui Islands is located on the southwest coast of western New Britain, near Carnarvon and Gustama. The creature has also been sighted on the Algin Islands, which are about 1 kilometer south of the rest of these islands. I interviewed a young man named Robert who sighted the creature around 2005 or 2006. The creature has been sighted in the same area by Tommy Avail, who is not from the Ambui Islands when I was there. Robert does not speak English, so the interpreter was translating it from Pidgin to English.
From Pidgin?
Yeah.
What's that mean?
It's a language.
Pidgin?
Yes.
Okay, didn't know that.
It's one of the languages Jeremy Wade can speak.
Wow, a man of many cultures.
Pidgin. I can't say it right. Pidgin.
Pidgin.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a D in the middle.
Right.
So it's like the bird.
With the D in the middle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pidgin.
Thought they were just sending letters back and forth.
The creature was described as having a very long tail and a very long neck with about 10 to 15 meters in length. So big.
It's pretty big.
Yeah.
10 to 15 meters?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really big.
Which is how long?
I mean, what is that, like 30 feet almost?
45 feet.
45. Duh, it's 3.
Just times it by 3.
All right.
30 feet on the low end, 45 on the high end.
Right, that's where I was going.
Here's a weird one for you. It is described as having the appearance of a very large wallaby.
Oh.
Which when you kind of look at it, it makes sense. Big, long, thick tail, 2 legs, little front arms. You know what a wallaby is, right? Little kangaroo.
That's what I was going to
like
say.
The
Okay.
mini chunky kangaroo.
Okay. That's what, when you said that first thing, it popped. Oh, like Rocco. Rocco's Modern Life. He's a wallaby.
He's a wallaby.
Yes.
And it's also said to have the appearance of a turtle-like head. By that, I think they mean, this kind of classic beak that the turtles have. Mm-hmm. It walks slowly on its 2 legs and had a smooth, shiny brown skin. The top of its head was estimated to be as high as a house, and its underbelly of the creature was as high as an adult human.
Okay.
The creature was described as being fearful looking, with a sighting being made at a distance of about 50 meters. The sighting was made in the late afternoon and was observed from a considerable length of time. They weren't exactly sure. It's probably lost translation. And the creature was eating vegetation. Both Robert and Tommy followed the creature from a distance and watched it go on and it went into the water after it finished eating. So it went into the water after it started eating. It sound like anybody else.
A green anaconda.
The bunyip.
Oh, okay.
Which is said, one of the types of bunyip was a giant bird-like creature that resembled a Therizinosaurus.
Oh, okay.
That was a vegetarian.
That's this thing.
From mainland Australia.
That's this thing.
That's the point.
Oh, okay.
When shown the handbook from Hazel Richardson's Dinosaurs in Prehistoric Life, Robert identified the picture of the Therizinosaurus as being the most closely matching animal he observed. He said it was not the exact thing he saw,
but it was close.
It was the closest thing in the book.
So it's their cousins probably from down the line, would be my guess.
Or like we talked about with the Mokele Mbembe, it kind of like when they would point at the sauropods in the books in like the 50s, they said this no tail.
Yeah.
This no tail.
And then became tail.
Yeah. Because they would get, So the animal Robert saw had the head that looked more like a turtle's head as opposed to a horse-like head shown in the theropod dinosaurs reconstructions in the book. Actual paleontologists have reported and acknowledged that the fossil remains of Therizinosaurus are incomplete. So incomplete, in fact, the feeding habits of Therizinosaurus are completely unknown. There's since no skull materials have ever been found from this creature. They do have beak fragments, but no full skull fragments.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
For Therizinosaurus.
Yeah. What the big thing they might think it's a herbivore is because it's basically its belly.
Yeah.
It had a giant stomach, which is more aligned with herbivores than carnivores.
Right.
Because you got to like ruminate the
right.
vegetation.
And carnivores aren't like stuffing themselves fat.
Yeah.
When they're hunting.
So it doesn't surprise them that the head of the Therizinosaurus doesn't fit with the turtle-like observations from Robert and Tony. The creature did appear to spend much time in the water. I would think that the creature with the turtle-like head makes a good design. So 9 people have seen this reptile since the 1990s, with sightings occurring about every 4 to 5 years, usually around Christmas time.
Hey.
Perhaps the creature is primarily nocturnal, which might account for the number of sightings. The 2 women from the Ambagui Island have observed the creature from a boat in the south of an unpopulated side of the island very often. So basically, a lot of these ladies will go fishing, and they'll go to the other side, and they'll see it from the ocean. They'll look, and it'll come out and stuff like that. The animal has also been sighted swimming between the Ambagui Islands and the Algin Islands quite often, which we'll talk about emus in a minute.
Okay.
I drew an outline of the 3-toed dinosaur track in the sand for the Robert, says the author, and he said it was very similar to the tracks left by the creature. About 90 people living on the Ambagui Islands, 2 to 3 families live on the Algin Islands. The reptilian creature must be a good climber because Robert showed a steep rock entrance from the sea to the land on the other side of the Ambagui Island. The creature is said to be sighted crawling up and down to get to the ocean.
Okay.
But yeah. So, and the author didn't get to travel to the Algin Islands. So, these islands in Papua New Guinea are very, very sparsely populated. Like I said, the Ambagui Island has 90 people that lives on it, and the Algin Island only has 2 to 3 families.
That's it?
And pretty much everybody sees this thing.
How do they get that gig where they get to live on the island by themselves?
It's Papua New Guinea has hundreds of islands.
Oh, we need to go there.
I wouldn't want to live there.
Why not?
Just because
Because of Kaiaimunu?
the Kaiaimunu.
Yeah.
So, emus have been seen swimming in the open ocean between these islands.
Ooh, okay.
I just seen literally a video the other day, and they're really good. Emus are actually really good swimmers because they island hop. So there's a video of this kayaker out in somewhere in Papua New Guinea going in between islands.
And there's an emu
They
head.
see this giant thing, and they don't know what it is. It gets closer, and it's an emu just trucking along like a goose. Just swimming from one island to the other.
They float on top.
Yeah, they
Duh,
kind
that
of
makes
float.
sense.
They don't float like a duck,
Yeah.
but they don't sink like a dog or us.
So it's
Where
not just their head.
Yeah, they actually a big chunk of their body is
Wow.
above the water.
That'd be neat to see. Like a giant swan.
And in these big island chains, it's very, very common for animals to island hop. Even
Yeah.
like Komodo dragons will do it and stuff like
Komodo
that.
dragons?
Oh yeah,
They can
something-
float or they can swim?
They can swim long.
Oh, they're really good
distances.
swimmers,
Yeah,
aren't they? Like
yeah.
underwater.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all monitor lizards are really good swimmers.
Yep, I knew that. What was I thinking?
So back to the bunyip thing. There's literally one of the bunyips. We talked about it in our big bunyip episode. One of the bunyips is described as a Therizinosaurus-like creature that is extremely aggressive, comes out, eats vegetation, goes back in the water, but it has feathers. Now, this thing wasn't said to have feathers, but it had, brown, shiny skin. Could be the tight, like downy feathers.
Yeah.
But it is, no reports of it really being aggressive, but the people give it a really wide berth.
As far as its aggression levels?
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's no direct contact. Unlike their aborigines, they have to go to the water sources these guys live in to
Right.
drink and get water and stuff like
and
that.
deal with them.
These guys have a chance. The big island only has 90 people that lives on it, and the little island has
2 families, you said.
2 to 3 families.
That's awesome.
So there's, they don't have to experience this creature. And like they said, it's pretty much only seen on the unpopulated side of the Ambagin Island.
Right, because who would want to hang around with humans if you didn't have to?
I mean, it could be that or just preferred habitats on that side.
Oh, gotcha, yeah.
Eating shellfish and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Diving down in the ocean, swim back and forth.
So what is this thing?
A big emu.
You think so?
Yeah, I think it's a big bird.
Just a big emu?
Excuse me. Yeah, I think it's one. Yeah, I think it's something in the emu family, or even a moa. So moas are native to New Zealand, which is the complete other side of the massive continent of Australia. I know they're not close, but big birds like that. I don't think this thing's 45 feet long. I think
It could just be a moa with a different phenotype. Being on, it's the northern moa.
be a genotype at that point. Then
Well, you're splitting hairs now.
no. So I do think it could be. I think it's more than likely that one of these giant birds, like we talked about, the stink pot bird
Yeah,
that has actual claws still.
yeah.
For climbing, literally for the purpose of climbing up and down the mangrove trees.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that could be something similar, that these things still have claws for climbing up and down the cliff faces.
Or what if they use? What if it's? Yeah, maybe they're. Yeah, maybe I don't know. I was just say, what if it's something to use for swimming, or if they are crossing islands?
Yeah, and it could be. I think, a lot of birds use their big, the thing has giant feet. So it's big,
yeah.
powerful legs to kick back and forth, like an emu. Emus, ostriches, and cassowaries,
Macaulay and Bimbe.
or Macaulay and Bembe, what?
He's got giant feet.
Yeah, different thing, though.
Yeah, I know, but it's got the 3 toes tracks too. So maybe it's somehow related.
but more like big fat toes,
Well,
like a rhino, because it's a rhino.
3. It's still 3. That's
Yeah.
important.
This is much more avian.
This is important though.
No, so I think it could be a really ancient, because this whole Australia, the continent of Australia, and all of its sub-Saharan islands that it's kind of near, have all kinds of ancient life forms.
Right.
You weren't here, but last week we talked on Freaky Fauna about the kiwi, which is one of the oldest species of bird on the planet.
Can't believe I missed that one.
Yeah, and they have tiny little wings with a hook,
That's pretty scary.
and they're really close related to moa, which are giant. And there's several species of moa, but they're giant birds.
Right.
Up to some of the species 10, 12 feet tall.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to mess with them.
And they could possibly be, these big swimming birds. So I'm kind of thinking, I don't think it's a Therizinosaurus. I don't think it fits very well. And I think it's that same thing that happened with the Mokele and Bembe.
Yeah.
So where they were showing this book of dinosaurs. And I'm like,
And they're like, yep, that's
which
it.
dinosaur did you see? Like, well, I guess that thing's
one, I
kind of
guess?
close.
Yeah.
And there's also that translation thing, so they're speaking pigeon and there's a translator
Right.
trying
yeah.
to find the best words.
to fit their words.
Yes.
Yeah, I get it.
And pigeon's a very different language.
Mm-hmm.
I've learned that, from watching River Monsters and
I mean,
stuff
it's a
like
whole
that.
different species. Oh wait, sorry again, not the
bird.
bird. Dang it.
But watch River Monsters, and it's just, the one made me laugh so hard one time because this tribal elder, I think they were in Papua New Guinea, was talking in pigeon. And
Yeah.
the translator just says like 3 words to Jeremy.
Oh really?
Yeah. And he's and you can kind of tell in his face, like, because he can speak a little bit of pigeon, I think,
Yeah.
because there's like 13 languages he speaks or something like that. And
That's insane.
he's looking at the translator, is like, is that what he really said? She's like, kinda.
Yeah. It's like back in the day in wrestling, there was this group. There was these 2, I think they were Japanese guys, and they'd always come out and they get on the microphones and they do like this long like monologue, talking to the crowd, yelling at the guys in the ring, and they were doing it all in Japanese. But then it would voice would come over and translate it for them, and then that was just one guy doing it, and then the second guy would always come up and he would say something that was like kind of long. And then it'd be a big long pause, and all you'd hear over the translator would go, "Indeed," every time.
Just like that signer that got in trouble recently for a political campaign,
Yeah.
and they didn't know how to, do sign.
Oh, they were just making it up.
Yeah, they got the job. Like, it's that definition of getting the job and not having anything
Yeah,
on
the
your resume.
qualifications. Yeah.
And they're signing. And I don't know what you thought. Like, there's not being any people in the audience. You're signing,
Right.
So somebody's gonna know you're speaking gibberish. I can't remember. It's really funny translation. We should probably we'll do a comedy episode and read it. It's like 49, because she could kind of sign.
But yeah,
It was like 49 million died, and it's just like nothing about what they're talking about, but it's like really scary.
yeah.
So people would panic. But no, what do you kind of think about this giant creature?
It's in that weird part of the world, like you said, with the ancient, not ancient, but
No,
a lot of old,
A lot of old life forms.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, marsupials are a very ancient group
Right.
of mammals.
and they're all basically from Australia for the most part now.
And that is another thing we kind of skipped over. Sorry, continue with your thought. But that it could be a giant kangaroo.
Ah, I didn't even think about something like that. Or maybe even perhaps a giant wallaby.
Here you go.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I don't know. It's pretty interesting. I never heard of this one before. This one's definitely one of them one-off ones I've never heard of.
The beak definitely is a big throw for it not being a kangaroo.
True, yeah. True. But, I mean, what if they never got close enough and it just shaped?
From the sounds of it, it sounds like these locals experience this creature kind of fairly often.
Okay.
So to them, it's not any very
Nothing
big
crazy.
mystery, but they definitely give it
Yeah.
a wide berth because it's huge. Whether you
Right,
want to
yeah.
believe, I think there may have been either something lost in translation or that fear response when something's that big.
Yeah, because 45 feet, that's pretty dang big.
And one thing somebody's going to already say, I know, is that it had a big, long, stiff tail, right?
Right.
Well, we can grow chickens with that. We talked about that, in the genetics episode where you can turn on the traits for chickens to grow giant, thick tails. And like the stink bird has some ancient traits from its dinosaur ancestors.
Yeah.
So this is a much more ancient group.
They might still have
They might still have that tail.
tail. Yeah, exactly.
Birds have tails, not just tail feathers. And it could be that too.
Do
That
they
it has
shake
giant tail feathers,
Do they shake them too?
Yeah.
Okay.
like a peacock.
They shake their tail feather, yeah.
But what if it is, it has these giant tail feathers on top of a tail So it looks much bigger than it actually is.
Oh, true. Yeah. Could. Yeah. I mean, it's a weird sight to see nowadays, I would say.
I mean, it sounds like a very low numbers creature.
Yeah.
Island gigantism. That's why the moa got so big.
Mm-hmm.
But it works in reverse with some things, like elephants got really small on some of these islands, and birds got huge.
They're built for it. They're built for that niche.
So how do you say the name one more time?
Kaiaimunu.
The Kaiaimunu.
Yeah.
So you think it's real?
Yeah. I mean, I have no reason to doubt it. So, yeah.
I think it's real, and it's just
what it is the mystery. Like,
I was looking up all kinds of Papua New Guinea cryptids, and there's tons of them.
Yeah.
And a lot of them are just kind of animals.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing supernatural or special, like really special about this creature, besides maybe its size. But they document behaviors that sound like an animal. That, like I already said, the emu are doing the swimming between islands.
Right.
The stay swimming in between islands.
It could just be bigger emu. Mm-hmm. Like they just got big.
Moas were herbivores.
Yeah.
Or more, obligate herbivores.
Or what if emu and a moa like crossbred?
Don't think they're very related at all.
Yeah. So it'd be even more crazy if they did.
It would be very interesting.
And here they are. They're called Kaiaimanuis.
The Kaiaimunu.
Yep.
Anything else to add?
Oh, that's pretty good.
I've been the Great and Powerful Mystery.
I've been JClone31.
Check out the merch shop if you feel led to. It's cool. There's a lot of cool stuff. I added a bottle opener.
That's cool.
That's cool. I got one coming in the mail.
Oh, that's really cool.
That's really cool. But yeah, I guess I already said, one time. I've been the Great and Powerful Mystery.
And I've been JClone31.
And thank you for listening to Cryptids the Corn Podcast.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to Cryptids the Corn Podcast.
Please share with a friend you think would like us. It's the best way to help our show grow.
Leave a comment, rate us, a 5-star review, and remember, there is always extra content on Patreon/CryptidsTheCorn.com.
And don't forget, stay magical.